Have you ever had one of those days where everything is finally going right? The house is quiet, your work is done, and for some reason you feel absolutely miserable? It's a strange, restless itch under the skin. You find yourself scrolling through your phone, looking for a comment to get offended by, or perhaps you suddenly remember an argument from 3 years ago and start rehearsing a sharper comeback. Maybe you check in on an ex you know is bad for you, or you send a provocative text to a partner just to see how they'll react. There is no external fire to put out, yet you feel an urgent, almost desperate need to go out and find a match. This is the quiet, heavy realization that peace, for some of us, does not feel like a reward. It feels like a threat. We tell ourselves we want a simple life, but when we finally get it, we feel like we're disappearing. This is what we might call the intensity trap, or more simply, an addiction to drama. It is not that you are a dramatic person in the way movies portray it, loud, demanding, and seeking the spotlight. It's more subtle than that. It's a psychological and physiological dependency on high emotional stakes. When life becomes stable, your internal compass loses its north. You've spent so long navigating stormy seas that when the water goes still, you start to worry the ship has stopped moving entirely. You mistake the absence of conflict for an absence of love, or the absence of chaos for an absence of progress. To your brain, feeling nothing is the same as being nothing, and so you subconsciously invite the chaos back in, just to feel the pulse of your own existence. I remember a time in my life when I met someone who was, by all accounts, perfect for me. Let's call her Wabiadado Wanmeabjidire. She was consistent. When she said she'd call at 7, the phone rang at 7. When we had a disagreement, she did not scream or go cold. She sat down and asked, "How can we fix this?" For the first few weeks, I told my friends I had finally found it, the healthy relationship I'd always talked about wanting. But then, a month in, a cold, hollow feeling started to settle in my chest. I started finding her too predictable. I told myself there was no spark, no chemistry. I felt bored, almost suffocated by the lack of friction. I started picking fights over the smallest things, like the way she parked the car or a joke she made that was not even offensive. I was trying to provoke a reaction, trying to get her to explode because an explosion was a language I understood. Stability felt like a slow death. Eventually, I drifted away from Kaia and found myself drawn to someone else. Someone who was a whirlwind of mixed signals, late-night crises, and passionate, tearful reconciliations. With this new person, my heart was always racing. I was always on edge, wondering where I stood, checking my phone every 5 minutes, riding the high of a makeup session after a devastating blow-up. I told myself this was passion. I told myself this person challenged me. But the truth was much darker. I was not in love with the person, I was in love with the dopamine hit that came from the chaos. I had become a thrill seeker in my own emotional life, unable to appreciate the soft glow of a candle because I was too busy staring into the sun. Why do we do this to ourselves? Why would any sane person choose a headache over a heartbeat? To understand this, we have to look at the nervous system. If you grew up in an environment where love was conditional, where the adults were unpredictable, or where you had to be on all the time to stay safe, your nervous system became calibrated to high levels of cortisol and adrenaline. To a child in a chaotic home, quiet usually meant the silence before the storm. Peace was not safety, it was the terrifying moment before the next crash. As an adult, your body still remembers that lesson. When things are peaceful, your brain sends out an alarm, it's too quiet. Something is wrong. Find the danger before it finds you. You create drama not because you enjoy pain, but because your body interprets a state of high arousal as the only state of readiness or truth. Sometimes we mistake a racing heart for love, when it's actually just our body's way of screaming that we're in danger. We've spent so much time in survival mode that living mode feels alien. This shows up in more than just relationships. Think about the person who finally gets their dream job, a job with good hours and a supportive boss, and suddenly starts procrastinating until the very last second, creating a fake crisis just so they can feel the rush of saving the day at 3:00 a.m. Or think about the way we consume news and social media. We scroll through comment sections specifically looking for the person who is wrong, the person who is hateful, the person who will make our blood boil. We are looking for an external stimulus to jumpstart an internal system that has forgotten how to produce its own sense of vitality. This creates an exhausting cycle of emotional burnout. You spend all your energy managing the fires you've started, leaving you with nothing left for actual growth or joy. And because you are always in a state of crisis, you never have to look at the deeper, quieter pain that sits beneath the surface. Drama is the ultimate distraction. As long as you are worried about why your partner has not texted back, or why your friend is acting weird, or why everyone at work is out to get you, you do not have to deal with the terrifying void of your own loneliness or the deep-seated belief that you are fundamentally unlovable. Drama gives you a script to follow. It gives you a role to play, the victim, the hero, the fixer. Without the drama, you're just a person sitting in a quiet room with yourself. And for many of us, that person is a stranger we're afraid to meet. It is helpful to remember that you are not broken or toxic for feeling this way. You are a survivor whose internal alarm system is simply stuck in the on position. Your brain is trying to protect you by keeping you alert, but it's using an outdated map. The first step toward healing this is a compassionate reframe. You are not addicted to the pain, you are addicted to the feeling of being alive. And for a long time, pain was the only thing that made you feel real. You can acknowledge that your craving for intensity is actually a misplaced desire for vitality. You do not actually want the fight, you want the feeling of importance that comes from being needed in a crisis. So, how do we begin to de-escalate our own lives? It starts with learning to tolerate the discomfort of the mundane. When you feel that familiar itch to pick a fight or check that social media account, stop. Feel the sensation in your body. It might be a tightness in your chest or a buzzing in your hands. Instead of acting on it, name it. Tell yourself, my nervous system is looking for a hit of adrenaline right now because it feels bored. I am safe, and it is okay to be quiet. This is a practice of emotional sobriety. It's choosing the boring evening over the exciting conflict. It's choosing the partner who shows up over the one who makes your head spin. One practical tool is what I call microdosing vitality. If your brain craves stimulation, give it healthy stimulation that does not ruin your life. Go for a cold plunge, take a challenging dance class, watch a gripping thriller, or have a truly honest, not high conflict but honest, conversation with a friend about something you're afraid of. Find ways to feel the spark through growth rather than through destruction. Another tool is the 24-hour rule. If you feel a surge of drama-driven energy, the urge to send a scorching email or a "we need to talk" text, wait exactly 24 hours. Usually, once the chemical spike in your brain subsides, the urgent need for a confrontation disappears, and you realize you were just looking for a way to feel something. You also need to learn the difference between the shimmer and the glow. The shimmer is that flickering, unstable light of drama. It's bright, it's distracting, and it eventually burns out, leaving you in the dark. The glow is the steady, warm light of stability. It's less flashy and it does not grab your attention as quickly, but it's the only thing that can actually keep you warm at night. It takes time to train your eyes to see the beauty in the glow. You have to mourn the loss of the highs to appreciate the depth of the calm. Eventually, I realized that my boredom with Kaia was not because she was dull. It was because I was used to people who were puzzles I had to solve. Because she was already solved, because she was open and honest, I did not know what to do with my hands. I had to learn to enjoy being loved without having to earn it through a crisis. I had to learn that a quiet Sunday afternoon is not a sign that my life is empty. It's a sign that my life is finally safe enough to allow me to rest. As you move forward, try to pay attention to those moments of quiet. Do not rush to fill them with noise. Do not reach for your phone to find something to be upset about. Just sit there. Let the restlessness come and let it go. You might find that once the dust of the drama settles, there's a much more interesting life waiting for you underneath. It's a life where you are not constantly reacting to the world, but finally acting within it. It's a life where you do not need a storm to know you're alive because you've finally learned how to feel the sun on your skin. You've spent so much of your life being a firefighter, always waiting for the next alarm to go off. But you were never meant to spend your whole existence in a state of emergency. You are allowed to put the heavy gear down. You are allowed to walk away from the smoke. Peace might feel heavy at first, like a coat yawns 2 sizes too big, but keep wearing it. Eventually, you'll grow into it. And one day, you'll wake up and realize that the quiet is not a void anymore. It's a space where you can finally hear your own voice. And for the first time, you might actually like what it has to say. Would you like me to help you explore some more ways to ground yourself when that urge for drama starts to creep back in?